get this started. Um, let's talk about all four of these teams tonight. Uh, the way I look at it, uh, the way I feel about these teams is fascinating. First, uh, let me backtrack a little bit, go through a little uh, baseball. Um, Watching the Yankees right now, beat the Orioles 2-0. Now, the Yankees have been in a slide, and the pitching has been very, very suspect. I'll tell you, they can win 2 out of 3. That will go a long way to start their second half of the year. Phillies beat down the Dodgers so bad that Dave Roberts, after the game last night, said that the Phillies are clearly the superior team in baseball right now. But remember this, and I said this the other night, the Phillies between July 22nd and August 31st play 6 weeks of nothing but. Yeah, man, I'm counting down the weeks, family. 6 weeks straight of nothing but top teams in the game. Okay, now they just dusted off the Dodgers. Now they're gonna piss on the A's this weekend. Then they play another scrub team next weekend. And it gets serious when they go to Minnesota. And in 2 weeks we're gonna do the Indians and the Indians and the Phillies. They're being Philly 2 weeks tonight. To me, that series will show you and everybody else in baseball who is clearly the best team. See, teams like the Yankees, they do dumb shit. What I mean by that, they're chasing after some guy named Jazz, some bum from the Marlins instead of looking for pitching help. Yo, Iman, next Saturday, bro, when you wake up in the morning, that'll be Saturday the 20th, the league will be up and running. Fantasy League experience will be up and running. And just pop in, because that league is going to go fast, bro. So get ready for some fantasy football. I'll talk about fantasy football while I'm talking about those guys. It's going to tell you a lot because the Indians only have one more tough series. They got to play the Dodgers, of course, I believe. But I know they got the Phillies in 2 weeks, and then they got Baltimore in the end of August, and the Yankees again. So after that, it's easy sailing for the Indians. Even though Minnesota and Kansas City's hung in there. In the NBA, who cares? I mean, you getting all this summer league crap, and no one cares. NBA, you suck. Okay? You'll never do this. Hockey's had its best ratings ever in North America. In the United States, the Edmonton Oilers was a boom here, and hockey's on the rise. Good for them. Now let's get this started with why is the best football played now. The best teams are all middle America. I'm sorry to tell Dallas fans that that's what happens with the underachievers. And then I see today that they put Dak Prescott, the fifth best quarterback in the league. Are you serious? To me, to start being in the best conversation, you have to win playoff games. And last uh, I saw Jordan Love walk into your building was winning 48-16. So ESPN on the Cowboy propaganda again, and We'll have a good time. I'm not going to be doing Dallas that much in here, folks. So if you're a Cowboy fan, if you expect to hear me singing Cowboys praises, that's not happening. I'm going to say the same about them and the Bills. Let's see you win a conference title before we take you seriously. Just like the Dolphins. Win a playoff game, you start taking you seriously. Other than that, we don't want to hear from you and none of your fan base. Win a playoff. That's your mission this year. Just win one playoff game. Remember, Mike McDaniel has synchronized everything, practices, meetings, 24 after the hour. He's doing that for a reason. So go out, win that playoff game, beat some good teams while you're at it. I remember CB the other day saying, yeah, they beat some. No, they did. When they beat Baltimore, the worst secondary in the league, Baltimore finished 9-8. Lamar Jackson missed most of the year. Come on. And I forgot who he said what happened last year. Oh, Dallas, come on. You only scored one touchdown that game, and your kicker won the game. Okay? So I don't want to hear that Miami garbage. Just win a playoff game. So get ready for the regular season. I cannot wait. It's exactly, let's see, today is the 12th, August the August the 2nd is 3 weeks from today. August 9th is a month from today. So we're talking 8 more weeks before we'll be in Brazil for the opener, and that'll be our opener in here, Green Bay and Philly. Like I said, I love the Eagles getting a point and a half. I took it and I ran with it. I love Cleveland. Uh, I took it when Dallas was favorite, and I don't know what to say about that. Dallas this, Dallas that, and it's always Dallas is a flop. Okay, well, let's get with it. They asked a stupid question about Caleb Williams and Jordan Love, and I was just shaking my head. And all these analysts are getting all their asses in a bunch because football people, not former players, football scouts, football people are in love with Jordan Love right now. And all I can say is, look, until Caleb Williams can play a season, I don't want to hear about Caleb Williams. I don't want to hear about him. Let him prove it. Let him be Green Bay. Let the Bears be Green Bay for once. You only beat them, what, 10 times in the last 32 years? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay? Let's see them go out and beat Green Bay twice, which we all know it's not going to happen. That's like Dallas beating Green Bay. That's not going to happen. It's so pathetic that when they play Dallas now, they're a name Jerry's World Lambeau South. So I don't want to hear about Caleb Williams until he plays a season. Okay, don't want to hear about it. Yeah. Let's begin Middle America with the Bengals. Hey Rosie, how you doing, love? With the Bengals. Let's start with the Bengals. A team that let's just call it as we see it. A team that a lot of people are saying either they'll win it this year or they'll never win it. I think as long as they can keep number 9 healthy, they're always a contender. Rosie getting ready for Sunday. You don't know the Euros and Copa America. Copa is Colombia against Argentina, and the Euro is England versus Spain. Plus, Djokovic is playing that guy. I forgot his name. All on Sunday. The beautiful Rosie's in here. She's rooting for Spain and Colombia. Oh, everybody's rooting against England. Not me. I'm gonna leave Copa alone because I really have no rooting interest. But I'm gonna go. Of course, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go England in the Euros. That game is in Germany. What a way for England to pull that out in the last minute. Wow. So Scotland hates England more than Germany. I feel you, love. I am not European. You know, beautiful Rosie in the house. Thank you for pulling up. And I love you for it. Thank you so much. And I'll be watching that England game Sunday. Plus, my man Djokovic is playing Sunday against whoever that guy name is. I could care less. Just that my man's playing. I'll be watching that at 9 o'clock in the morning Sunday. Thank you, love. All right, we're going to begin with Burrow. Like I said, I think Burrow uh, really needs to show everybody that he can still be the second best quarterback in football for now. She's going to support Spain in the Euros on Sunday. I think the Bengals are at crossroads, if you want me to be honest. I think as good as Burrow is, I think, as crazy as it may sound, he still has a lot to prove for us. What I mean by that is he has to prove he can stay healthy. His activities, like him playing on the field, is as good as it gets. So you can't criticize him, the player, but you can't criticize when he gets a lot of injuries. So, with T. Higgins' situation, nobody knows, but I'm really looking forward to. I don't think I see the Bengals for a minute. Let me check when we're gonna have the Bengals up here. Take a look. Remember week 1, 8 weeks from tonight, Green Bay and Philly. Then that Sunday will be Houston and Indianapolis up here. Week 2, Buffalo, Miami. Packers, Colts, and then the grudge match, week 2. Russell Wilson against Sean Payton. Broncos home opener. Usually when we see the Bengals, let's see, take a look at the Bengals schedule. All right, Yankees up on Baltimore 3-1 in Dallas. Well, you know when baseball is getting boring, you know that football season's coming. Yeah, I just saw the first time. We'll see the Bengals, folks. See them week 8. Look at that. We'll see them week 8. We'll see them week 8 against the Eagles. We'll see them week 10 against the Ravens. And we'll see them week 14 against the Cowboys. So those are the times you're going to see the Bengals. Week 6, week 8, week 14. So you get the Bengals live up here 3 times this year. So I think Cincinnati's at a crossroads, folks. I think for them getting off to a real good start, building back confidence and hope in the fan base, and that's what I'll say about them. I think Pittsburgh's a mess. Uh, Russ being Russ. Uh, who's our quarterback? Justin Fields. Who the hell knows where his mind is? So you'll find out about them. Not too crazy about them. Uh, Ravens. I felt last year was the perfect storm. They went up against Mahomes. Like I said about Josh Allen, the Bills don't bet against Mahomes. I was right about that. He sent Josh Allen, Brock Purdy, and Lamar Jackson packing. And Chiefs, as a 3 seed, went on to win the Super Bowl back to back. They're going to have the impossible dream season this year. We'll talk about that a little later. About Kansas City, about what history they can make. Uh, Ravens until they beat a good team with Lamar Jackson to get to win the AFC. Can't take it seriously. Can't can't do it. And the Browns is who I like. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. To me, the best defense, top 3 defensive player in the sport, Myles Garrett. Ward at corner, top 5, top 4 in the league. Period. Offensive line, top 3 in football. Top running game in the sport. The receivers are nothing special. And the quarterback got to prove that he can come back and be like he was. I can't believe I'm saying this, folks. The way he was 4 years ago. I feel if Watson was half of the quarterback he was a year ago, 4 years ago, Cleveland's in business. If he's not, then Cleveland is going to be second, third place team in the North. Plain and simple. Kansas City, they are going to be in a phase called the impossible dream season. It happened 50 years ago, and the Dolphins fell short. Dolphins was the first team that had a chance to win three straight Super Bowls. Kansas City, it's been a long time since the team been like this. See, to have an impossible dream season, like 3 years in a row, to win a championship, you have a chance. You really are clearly the best team in your league, and they are clearly the best team in the AFC and in the N.F.L. They are clearly the best. They're the best quarterback, the best coach, great general manager. Even though my mother wants to kill him at times, Bert Veach. So, but the Chiefs are the Chiefs, man, and to prove it otherwise, they are the team in the AFC. Forget AFC, they're the team in the NFL. Forget AFC. I'm gonna be honest with you. If Watson can give Cleveland anything, to me, they're the team that can give them the biggest challenge. I know a lot of people say Houston, goddamn CJ Stroud. You know, I'm gonna talk about him later tonight. But right now, Kansas City is clearly the best team in football, and to prove it otherwise. A lot of people like Harbaugh. I don't know. I don't know. Chargers could surprise. They could not. Maybe. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I don't know what's gonna happen with the Chargers. I don't know. I know next year they're gonna be good because by a year from now, Jim will have all of his pieces together, ready to go. But remember, he took over a San Francisco team, and in his first year, one muff punt away from winning the Super Bowl. So, AFC East to me, I'm going to talk about one of the teams in the AFC in 2 weeks when we do our training camp. Is starting. The training camp is ready, and one of the topics, well, really the main topic that day, will be about one of the quarterbacks in the AFC East. Okay, Miami, DEFCON down there. They got to win a playoff game, or else it's so bad down there. But the coach got synchronized everything at 24 minutes after the hour to remind the players that that's the last time they won a playoff game as a franchise. 24. And then Buffalo, you can't take serious. I mean, if there's two teams, make it three. If there's three teams in the league that you just look at them and go, they're not going to go anywhere. It's Dallas, Buffalo, and Baltimore. So we won't be talking about those teams like that. Now we go to the NFC, and we're going to begin with Jared Goff. Yeah, we'll go. Jared Goff, who some people feel he's the best quarterback in the NFC. Matthew Stafford getting tremendous love. A lot of places got him in the top five. All I'm gonna say Matthew Stafford is don't get hurt. Like the Rams talent this year. I do. They got Stafford top four, top five everywhere. We'll see. LA looks good though, folks. I swear to God, if they would have kept Aaron Donald never retired, I would pick him to go to the Super Bowl right now. But he 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 retired, so I ain't touching that team. Detroit's loaded, folks. They should win that division easily because I feel the team that's behind them, I feel, is another draft away. That is the Green Bay Packers. When you look at Green Bay, you look at all these concept creators talking about they're the most talented, they're this, they that. Green Bay to me has to prove that their defense can be consistent. I think offensively they're going to be fine. I don't think they're going to have problems offensively this year. But defensively, we got to wait and see. And that's why I got Lions first, Packers second. I'm going to still go Minnesota third and the Bears last in that division. I just think Love and Golf are just better. Sam Donald taking over the Vikings, I think that's an okay move. He has so much talent there. If he doesn't do it with this group, he's out of the league. I mean, you hasn't been more blessed with talent than what Minnesota has on offense. I think the problem with Minnesota is quarterback. Again, comes back to him. Uh, do I love him? Sam Donald? No. No, I am not a Sam Donald guy. And I just look at Minnesota talent wise, can maybe overcome him. Jefferson can catch anything you throw up. So uh, Justin's not a problem here. Right? And then the Bears. This is a team that I love the general manager. I think he's done a hell of a job. Offensively, they should be all right. It's all up to Caleb Williams. Defensively, yeah, a lot of people love them. Remember, they were all on the Justin Fields bandwagon last year, and we all know what happened week 18 in Lambeau. I had people telling me that he was going to replace Jordan Love, you know, which is a goddamn joke. So I got Chicago at last. If you want me to rank the NFC, I'll do it for you right here, right now. I'll go Eagles 1, San Francisco 2, Detroit 3, Green Bay 4, Rams 5, Dallas, and then who else? I'll go 10. So, yeah, that's what I got the NFC. I got it like that. I got Philly, San Fran, Detroit, Green Bay, uh, LA Rams, Dallas, and whoever wins the South. AFC, you want me to do it for you? Uh, I'm gonna go KC 1, Cleveland 2, Cleveland 2, Cincinnati 3, Baltimore 4. No, let me back up a second. All right, here we go. KC 1, Cleveland 2, Houston 3, Bengals 4, Ravens 5, I guess Miami, and then whoever's after Miami, that'll be that conference. You know, I just feel, and Hard Knocks feel the same way. They're gonna follow the AFC North on Hard Knocks as they're doing the Giants right now. I heard Giants have been letting some stuff out that Mr. Tish and Mr. Merritt's not too happy about. So, got it. So Jefferson's in the building. It's all right, man. Everything's good in the hood, Jefferson. Evening to you, Rashawn Jefferson. I just feel it's Kansas City and everybody else. That's the way I look at it. Kansas City is the first team since the '74 Miami Dolphins. See how you do Impossible Dream. If you don't have competition in front of you, nobody knew back in 1974 because of the Dolphins' excellence back then that Pittsburgh, a team that they defeated in the AFC Championship game 2 years before, and they were undefeated, had to go to Pittsburgh. Okay? Had to go to Pittsburgh. And they had to do what they had to do. And no one knew that the Steelers came out of nowhere, that they hit the 74 draft. But do you really see a challenger for Kansas City? You know you can't take Buffalo seriously. You can't take Baltimore seriously. There's a team that if they put it together, they could be a major challenge in the AFC. We'll talk about that team in 2.5 weeks when we do the preview. Getting ready for the training camp preview. So I think that team to me is fascinating because they've always had big expectations. They always let their fans down and they let the league down. And believe it or not, I think a lot of people are sleeping on them around. But again, there's a reason why the league wants this team. 7 of their first 11 games is on prime time. There's a reason why the league wants that. And we're going to talk about that team. We're going to talk about that player. Why? That player means everything to the networks and to the Shield. We'll do that in 2 weeks when we do the training camp opening. So, you're a fan. We're going to get into that team in depth 2.5 weeks from now. As Manzano's in the building. And I think this team, if they can get it together, their second half of the schedule is so easy it's scary what this team can be. And we'll talk about that 2 weeks from Monday, the 29th. We will talk about that team in depth because their player will be the cover of the thumbnail. Manzano's in the building. So we'll talk about that team and we'll talk about that player in exactly 17 days. I cannot wait. And we're going to do that team in depth because I got news for you folks. I'm not talking about Dolphins and Bills because to me, especially the Bills, Josh Allen already showed that he can't beat Mahomes or Joe Burrow, and he's lost to both of them now in his building. Both of them. So I've already written him off in the AFC. I already written him off. I've written the Cowboys off too. I mean, people in that stupid ass Jared Jones, they all believe that they're running back and they're going to beat everybody. They ain't beating nobody. I can tell you that right now. The one thing Dallas better hope for is the Chiefs beat San Francisco week 7 in San Francisco. That's the only hope. And isn't it by coincidence that the league scheduled Dallas right after San Francisco week 7? Because the league is banking on, uh, they're banking on Kansas City beating Frisco, and then Frisco be so disorientated that Dallas can walk in there and steal a game. And I can see that scenario happening. But like I said about the AFC least, in my opinion, until Josh Allen can beat one of those quarterbacks in a championship game, Remember, he lost to Watson too, up 19-0. I blame the coach on that one. That was on McDermott. He lost to Watson also. Okay. And the only team to take seriously in the NFC East is Philly. And since I just brought up Philly, let's talk about Philly. To me, they're the best team. They're top three, four talent-wise in the sport. Like I said, the most talented teams are Frisco. I'll do them in order. Cleveland, Frisco. You could pick one or 1A. Philly, Detroit, Green Bay. Those are the most talented teams. Don't buy all that Dallas bullshit. And I think Philly, it's going to be a big year for Philly. And I'm going Philly to win it all. And Hurts will finally get his MVP this year. I think Philly's just too strong for everybody else, except the Niners. I think the Niners, they play both the Niners and Cleveland. We're going to do that game in Lake Erie. We'll see Cleveland against Philly. We'll see them against. No. We'll see Cleveland against Philly. We'll see Cleveland in a late afternoon game in Lake Erie, Week 15 against the Chiefs. And then we'll see them 2 weeks later against Miami in the freezing cold on a Sunday night. So we're gonna see Cleveland down the stretch. See how they're doing. If they play the way I think they'll play, it'll be interesting when Kansas City gets there. Week 15. I like Philly a lot. I worry about Barkley's injuries. The offensive line is revamped. We'll see Philly week 1 against the Packers. Looking forward to that. I love Philly in that game against Green Bay. I'm going to take the 1.5, no doubt. And I got that game 27-17 Eagles in Sao Paulo, Brazil. One of the few teams that can match up against Jordan Love in the NFC. So I like Philly to beat Green Bay. San Francisco comes down to this, folks. Two things. Number 2, health. Number 1, beating Kansas City week 7 at home. If the Niners can do that, then I think the Niners can win it all. If they lose to the Chiefs, all bets are off with them. All bets are off if they don't beat the Chiefs. Okay? All bets. They're talking about this wide receiver from Florida, some white kid who they are so braggadocious about. Yeah, we'll see him against Kansas City week 7. Okay? We'll see him. Right? You know how I feel about Brock Purdy. John Middlecoff, shout out to him. And you notice in these rankings, I guess people went back and watched that Super Bowl again. They got Brock Purdy anywhere between 14 and 17 at quarterback. Which I am kind of surprised about. All Brock Purdy with. Here's the bottom line. Brock drove the team first and goal at the 5. Chris Jones was in his face 3 straight times. They had to kick a field goal. Patrick Mahomes let him down the field to win the Super Bowl. Plain simple. It's not that hard. When you have this man right here, folks, again, he makes a world of difference. When you have that man right there, he makes a world of difference. Okay? When you have him as your quarterback, every day is a good day. And that is why he is the GOAT, and he'll be going for immortality. Okay? So let me go back to this. People wonder why, how come the Steelers? Because the Raiders and Dolphins were in their way. How come not Dallas? Dallas got their due though, winning 3 or 4. Because San Francisco was there. New England, you had Manning, Roethlisberger, Joe Flacco. Who else was there? There's one more quarterback in that mix. Okay? Kansas City has a boatload of quarterbacks he has to compete with. Well, he's already proven he can vanquish number 2. Let's give him number 2, Josh Allen. And number, whoever you want to put Lamar, I don't care. I mean, you can't win the big ones, so put him wherever you want. Only Joe Burrow's beating this man in the playoffs. Burrow and Brady, nobody else. So that man right there is the albatross for everybody, including himself, by the way. Okay, let's keep it real here. Number 15, and to further notice, is the GOAT. Right? And we'll see. Who else? Oh, we haven't touched on the Rams. I'm going to talk about Arizona. And part of it's because of fantasy purposes. But let's talk about the Rams, who you got to give Les Snead credit, folks. I look at him as the Antichrist, but you got to give him credit. The Rams did a hell of a job from where they were picking. And LA is rebuilt on the fly, folks. And they're looking pretty damn good. Let me tell you. They don't make quarterbacks anymore like Stafford and Love and Mahomes and Rodgers and Herbert. Josh Allen with his missiles. And of course, Kyler Murray. Why did I mention those 7 players? Because nobody in the planet has better arm talent than those 7 quarterbacks. And when you have arm talent, like a Jordan Love, he's not accurate, but he's learned a lot with his accuracy. Working with Drew Brees and the MMA fighters. Um, Kyler Murray is tremendous with his arm skill. Mahomes and Rodgers, of course, and Justin. It's a gift to have arm talent. I watched Jordan Love every week last year, and he was nothing short but spectacular with his arm skill. Remember, it will be the godfather of arm talent, versus the young apprentice week 5 in LA, Green Bay at LA, you're going to see some arm talent in that one, folks. You're going to see some arm talent in that one. You're going to see some arm talent in that game. That's for damn sure. Thank God I have the Sunday ticket because here in New York, they're going to show you Jets at Arizona at the same time. We don't get that game. This is a joke. I mean, no, we get Giants in Seattle. So, speaking of Arizona, let's talk about Arizona real quick. Now, defensively, I don't know. But I know one thing on offense. Kyler's coming off his knee injury from 2 years ago. I think he's going to be spectacular. So, it's going to be very, very interesting. And this is just not even the tip of the iceberg about training camp, folks. I'll be on Sunday night. We'll talk about these guys. There you go. Talk a lot about C.J. Stroud Sunday night. We got Love, we got Stroud, Hurts, because Love and Hurts are playing opening weekend in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And of course, the GOAT himself, Patrick Mahomes. We'll see. We'll talk about them Sunday. And then when his training camp is near, oh, we're going to have a good one now. I don't want to spoil it for you, but you're going to love it. And then the big one, training camp is finally here. And we're going to talk about that team, and we're going to talk about that quarterback. And it's none of the guys you're looking at right now. None of these guys will be the cover boy for N.F.L training camp. None of these four. So you don't have to worry about seeing Jordan Love. You don't have to worry about seeing Patrick Mahomes, C.J. Stroud. And I'll tell you, that thumbnail looks real sweet with who it is. Kyler Murray, if you are a fantasy football guy, take Marvin Harrison in round 2. Get Kyler in round 7. You're going to do some nice things in fantasy football. I'll tell you that right now. Trust me. And like I said, when you play fantasy football, the new way of winning is you can win your league with an I quarterback. Like, in other words, if you build your team where you got 4 very good receivers, 3 good running backs, not great, good, and 2 tight ends, you can win your league. You can draft somebody like Justin Herbert in the 10th round. You can get Aaron Rodgers in the 16th round, a Tua Tagovailoa in the 10th round, and you can win your fantasy. That's the way guys have been doing it lately. Build a roster, draft a quarterback elite. So you guys could be doing that. Fantasy National Fantasy Football Day, by the way, it's August 17th. Saturday, August 17th. That's when all the most of the leagues across the country, it's like a holiday, they have their fantasy drafts. Mine will be September the 1st on a Sunday night. I gotta get my league together, get ready for it, and $100 man. I'm gonna do $1,000 man league too. When it takes off, folks. So I'm up here chilling on a Friday night, talking football. I'll be done in about another 5 minutes. So. So we done Arizona, we did the Rams, we did San Francisco. Sam Donald speaks for itself, nothing to jump for joy. The Saints, Tampa, and Atlanta, one of them is going to win that division. I'll go Tampa again. So, so looking right now, those are the teams in the NFL that have chances to at least definitely make the playoffs. The reason why I didn't bring up Dallas, Dallas will make the playoffs, but what are they going to do? Lose again? Who is going to beat this time? They'll pick a team. Who are they going to lose to this time? The Rams? Okay, come on. So, in the AFC, like I said, the AFC East you can't take seriously unless one certain team emerges. We'll talk about that team 2 weeks from Monday. And we're going to get all in depth about that team 2 weeks from Monday. Okay? In the AFC East. Or as I call it now, the AFC, who the hell knows? You know? opening week of training camp, we'll do that team. We'll do the Texans. We'll do them a lot Sunday night when we'll have hopefully a nice crowd in here to listen to the football. We'll do the Texans Sunday night. We'll do Indianapolis Sunday night. Tennessee, a team I'm very high on, Sunday night. So those are three teams we'll talk about in depth Sunday night. We'll be in Nashville for week 3, their home opener against the Packers up here. Doubleheader coverage. That's the early game. Miami and Seattle's the late game. So, and it should be very interesting as we're close to training camp, folks. Some teams start on the 20th. Oh, who does that next Saturday? I think it's the Hall of Fame teams. Houston, I forget who they're playing. Andre Johnson's going to the Hall of Fame. And I forgot who else, uh, who they're going up against. So, you guys enjoy that Hall of Fame game. Only take week 2 and 3 seriously for exhibition. So, we'll be back Sunday night. I'm looking forward to it. We'll have a big one Sunday evening at 6:30 Eastern Time. And that will be the thumbnail. Sunday nights, I might as well leave it up. And Sunday, I'm going to pull a poll out. Who do you guys feel is the team to beat in the NFL? To me, it's clearly Kansas City. Can they pull off the impossible dream? Who could stop Kansas City? That's going to be another question we're going to answer. We're going to talk about Sunday night. Who can beat the Chiefs? I don't see any. Well, let me put it this way. We'll talk about that particular team in 2.5 weeks, who I feel, if they get their act together, they could be the sleeper in the AFC. I am done. I appreciate Rosie Manzano, Jefferson, and Iman. I will see you all Sunday evening in exactly 46 hours from now. Thank you for being here, people on X, Twitch, LinkedIn, and IG, people in the clouds. We'll get ready Sunday night, and we'll talk about basically the AFC South except Jackson. So, thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you Sunday evening. We're going to go deep in depth. And 305 will be back Sunday night. And he'll be my special guest. And we'll talk about Jacksonville, since he likes Duval County. Will I buy NCAA 25? No, I'm sorry. I won't buy that. I won't buy it, Evan. Appreciate you being here. Yo, Evan, be here Sunday night, bro. 6:30. We're going to talk about all football, and I'll talk about college football up here. But I appreciate you pulling up. No, I will not be buying college football, but there's a lot of guys who come to my chat who's going to buy the game. Appreciate all of you. Evan, good to see you, fam. Don't be a stranger. That's for you, fam. Good to see Evan. And your boy Mace here. We'll see you Sunday night. Appreciate you all. Good night from the Oasis, everybody. Football is king. Don't you ever forget that. Football is king on this planet. And I'm not talking about World Cup football. Thank you for being here. Be good, Evan. Appreciate you. Pull up Sunday night. Good night from the Oasis, everybody.